This video is sponsored by East Coast Sports Investors. With over 30 years of experience, East Coast Sports Investors is here to help you build your confidence and your investment. Join the East Coast Sports Investors family today. What's going on, you guys? Sports on the Diesel back at you here with another episode, and a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Just wanted to get the shout out in for all the moms out there in the world. We thank you and we love all of you. Let's get down to business as we look at the Western Conference Finals preview between the number 1 seed Denver and the 7th seed the LA Lakers. These two teams split the season series at 2 games apiece. This is a rematch of the 2020 Western Conference Finals in the bubble where the Lakers handily beat them. They were the better team in that matchup 3 years ago. But here in 2023, this is a tale of a different story here. And we're talking about the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense. Denver being the number 1 offense, averaging just under 118 points a game. Here, they take 53% of their shots in the paint, shooting 57% in the paint, which is 6th best in the league this season. But when we look at the defensive side of things, the Lakers have been practically the number 1 defense since the playoffs started. They only allow 106 points per 100 possessions, which is best defensive efficiency so far in the postseason. And they also hold their opponents just to under 51% shooting in the paint, which is 2nd lowest. Thank you to Anthony Davis. And when we look into our marquee matchups here, our first marquee matchup is the Joker versus Anthony Davis here. The Joker will make this difficult for Anthony Davis no matter how Anthony Davis wants to play defense here. Anthony Davis is a great shot blocker, but the Joker's ability to follow his own miss and his soft touch and footwork, and not only that, his IQ at being a playmaker, his IQ at understanding scenarios and knowing when to pass the ball, knowing when to shoot it, it's going to make it difficult, and he's going to keep Anthony Davis on his toes the entire duration of this series. But when we look to Anthony Davis's side of this, Anthony Davis can put pressure on Joker's defense and how the Joker plays defense against him because of AD's ability to stretch the floor, even though I don't recommend Anthony Davis shooting shots past 18 feet. I'd rather see Anthony Davis dominate in the post, but him stretching the floor is one, and then his athleticism. We saw that time and time again in the Golden State Warriors series. We look at a marquee matchup number 2. It's really LeBron versus father time here. LeBron is 38 years old. How good is LeBron's stamina in this series? I mean, he was flawless in the first 2 rounds. He played perfectly in the first 2 rounds. He didn't care about the number of minutes he was playing. Denver will cause the least amount of problems for LeBron James because there clearly is no defensive ace that is going to be willing to guard LeBron James. The only player I could think of on Denver right now that would guard LeBron James is Aaron Gordon. But if Gordon gets in foul trouble, there is no backup plan for them to guard LeBron James. So that will be interesting how that plays out. And then last but not least, we all want to see this guy get back to what he was back in the bubble, is Jamal Murray. Will we see Bubble Murray again is the other thing, and that phenomenal run that he went on in the playoffs in the bubble 3 years ago. But Denver's going to need Jamal Murray to show up. He's an unorthodox point guard with streaky shooting ability and with great playmaking ability. But the Lakers will need to respect him, even though like in the last series, they harassed Steph Curry. But Steph Curry clearly is a far greater threat than Jamal Murray. So that's the third thing is, will we see bubble Jamal Murray? The X factor in this series is Caldwell-Pope for the Denver Nuggets. This guy has been a consistent shooter. He, in my personal opinion, is the number 1 defender for the Denver Nuggets here. When he was on the Lakers in 2020, he proved to hit key timely baskets against the Denver Nuggets. And also, his motivation will be there playing against his former team and teammates with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But to me, his defense will be crucial against D'Angelo Russell because D'Angelo Russell got whatever he wanted in the series against Golden State. I think he's going to have a tougher time scoring the basketball against Caldwell-Pope. But when we add all this stuff up together and we look at and everyone's wondering what my prediction is of this series, I mean, this series is going to go 7 games. I believe this series will go 7 games. If it goes 6 games, I would be surprised if it goes 6 games. I think both of these teams are evenly matched throughout the entire duration of the season. I mean, yes, they split the season series, but the regular season, the Lakers were a completely different team in the regular season as they are right now with all the trades and stuff like that. And I'm going to get reprimanded for this, I have the Nuggets winning in 7 in this series. It's not that I don't want to see LeBron James and Anthony Davis back in the NBA Finals. And to think we could possibly see an NBA Finals rematch if the Heat make it to the NBA Finals and the Lakers do. That would be a bubble finals rematch from 3 years ago. What a story that would be. But in terms of my prediction, I picked the Nuggets in 7 games. I think Jokic is going to be too much. I think he's going to get Anthony Davis in a lot of foul trouble here. I really think that they have a little bit more depth and a little bit more experience in the playoffs than the depth of the LA Lakers here. Please let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Who do you guys have winning in this series, and how many games is it going to take for them to win this series? Thank you guys again so much for your time. If you guys haven't already, please leave a like and a subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to see all your faces in the next one. Deuces.